Just like this week when MSNBC and CNN. Well, we know the president is talking right now, Jake Tapper and Rachel Maddow, but we know the president is talking, but we are not going to let him have any airtime, and we're going to update you on whatever he says that's necessary because we know he's going to tell lies. You just said to half of America, hey, America, you're a moron. You can't think for yourself. That's why you need me, because I went to this elitist university called whatever, Columbia. I don't know where Rachel went to. And I know what's best for you.
Patrick Bet-David is calling out the CNN, MSNBC hosts who cut away from Trump's speeches, telling the American people they're too stupid to listen for themselves and that they, the enlightened journalists, will tell them what to think. And PBD just explodes with the perfect response.
The element of that approach, when you say something like, well, you're not the expert in this and you're not the expert in that, there is a very clear, pompous, elitist message behind that. Just like this week when MSNBC and CNN. Well, we know the president is talking right now, Jake Tapper and Rachel Maddow, but we know the president is talking, but we are not going to let him have any airtime, and we're going to update you on whatever he says that's necessary because we know he's going to tell lies. I'm sorry. Do you think I'm a moron? Do you think I don't have a mind for I can't make, what the hell is America all about? You just said I'm a moron. That's what you just said to half of America, hey, America, you're a moron. You can't think for yourself. That's why you need me, because I went to this elitist university called whatever, Columbia. I don't know where Rachel went to. And I know what's best for you. Guess what? I don't like that. That's why I left Iran. There's a reason why we don't live in Iran for 10 years. 10 years old when I lived in Iran, we went to Germany at a refugee camp for 2 years. Then we came to America because I want me to make the stupid decision on who I vote for, not you. Let me make the stupid decision of voting for Biden or Trump. There's a part of that where when we say, I'm not the expert, you're not this, well, no, you're a smart guy. That's why you're here. You're not a regular schlep off the street that doesn't know what the approach as well to say, hey, you don't know what you're talking about. You don't have this. You don't know what you're talking about. No. We're here because we don't know everything, but we're here to question things and say, this kind of sounds a little fishy. Don't you want to know about it? I do. Well, no, let's just live in the future, forget about the past. No, I don't want to do that.
I completely agree that, everybody, that we don't have tests to determine whether you're entitled to express an opinion on a subject. Well, the only point I was making was there are certain scientific questions, like the source of COVID, that it really does require some considerable expertise in the subject in order to have a reasonable opinion about it. That's the only point I was making, I'm not saying that what is more than legitimate is you or Vinny or anybody saying we need an investigation of the source of COVID. That everybody, that's a perfectly legit, right? But the ultimate question of what the source of COVID is, I want to rely on people who know something.
Bro, this is how they try to deviate the topic. So Patrick Bet-David was talking about these news channels taking up the authority to decide on whether what Trump says is right or wrong, but instead this news guy wants to deviate the topic towards something scientific like COVID, where public opinion doesn't matter and only expertise matters here. He clearly dodged the statement that PBD made about how these news channels were schooling American citizens about whether Trump is right or wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
Who is? I don't know.
That's my fucking point.
And
where's this investigation of COVID?
And I go
They'll investigate laptops and leaks and this and that. But something that shut down the world for 2.5 years, no investigation. What is happening?
Adam, China runs, if China could fly spy balloons over our entire country, over nuke bases, and nothing happens, nobody's investigating shit. But here's my thing.
Which is absurd.
But here's my thing, Jeff. And I'm not an expert. Nobody in here knows shit about epidemiology, right? But guess what? It doesn't help when the experts were trying to talk and the government was silencing them. When Peter McCullough was trying to talk, when Robert Malone was trying to talk, they banned them on YouTube. They took them off Twitter. How do we even have a chance? How am I supposed to learn from the experts when they were shut down and now it's years later and now we're like, it's old news. No. Right. Again, accountability. And that's why I had the thing with Joe Rogan. He wants to have that debate with Bring a scientist.
Dr. Peter, are you following that story?
I am following.
So
what do you think about that?
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I mean, I actually am sympathetic. You know, if you want to have a scientific debate, have two scientists debate it, not Joe Rogan against some scientist.
He doesn't want to do that either, though.
RFK.
This is the checkmate. The CNN reporter wants a scientific debate, but his side is the one that actively prevented it from happening. When the government shuts down businesses and churches and orders you to stay home and wear masks, that is 100% a political thing, right? Bro, the problem is that these so-called scientists from the left don't even want to debate Joe Rogan. Like, bro, you can't even win against a guy like Joe Rogan who isn't a scientist. Then how are they even gonna battle a debate against real scientists? They know they can't win, and that's why even scientists from the left don't want to participate in any kind of debate.